Michelle's circle. I want to welcome you all. We're gonna do a circle today.
Love it.
On the subject of one of a kind and what that means to us. And so circling's really simple and easy and gentle. And basically what it is we're sitting here together to share our stories. And the way we do it is we use a talking stick. Whoever has the talking stick has the full attention. So it's not a conversation. So we're not chit-chatting. We love to chit-chat. We're going to do that later. But one of the things we do so that we don't interrupt each other, it's a Native American tradition. You can say ho. And that means I hear what you said, and it's kind of short for the truth has been spoken. And it's also short for we're all connected and we can relate. So the topic is one of a kind and what makes us one of a kind. So I thought, just as an opener for us, maybe share a story about when you found your true calling, like what it is you're doing now and how you got there. Like this one of a kind moment where you went, oh, this, for me, Michelle and I were just talking about it, one of my one of a kind moments was when I found myself making these talking sticks for people. And time stood still, and I would just find myself like, I'm gonna make, Kate a talking stick, and what would she like, and why would she feel powerful holding it? And that was like a one-of-a-kind moment for me when I found this art form that I absolutely loved. Okay, so let's start there. I'm gonna pass it to you, Michelle.
I would say the first moment I realized that I was different and one of a kind was when I was in elementary school. And I was doodling on the back of my paper. I think we were doing a class assignment, but I flipped it over and I was just doodling and drawing, not really doing my work. And and my peers around me, they saw what I was drawing and they loved it. And the next day they wanted me to draw them pictures. They asked, hey Michelle, can you maybe design a wedding dress for me or maybe my future prom dress? So I was known as the artist at school, and that was when I really felt special and one of a kind.
Oh. Ooh, it's fuzzy. So, wow, all right. One of a kind moment. I went to this school. I was talking a little bit about it before. It's called a Waldorf school. And it really, the sort of the whole philosophy of the education is nurturing the individual. So I was really lucky to kind of have that driven home in me from kindergarten, and I would wear tutus and it was totally okay, and I'm still wearing tutus, well, years later. Oh. Hell, okay. Yeah, we'll keep doing this. So let's see, a one-of-a-kind moment. I do remember, I always express myself through fashion, through clothes and stuff like that. And I remember one time I was wearing this really crazy outfit to school, and these girls called me a hooker. They were like, hooker, whatever. They were yelling at me, and it was really sad. And I remember it was kind of the first experience I ever had with a bullying kind of energy. I'd never really experienced it before. And I remember it was a defining moment where I was okay, I could either let them dictate what I choose to wear tomorrow, or I could say, F it, and I don't know, and keep doing what I'm doing, because it really is how I feel myself.
I think for me, the biggest thing, I grew up in a small town with a lot of children that weren't very nice. So I felt like I was always in my shell, and I wasn't always being myself. I was trying to be what other people wanted me to be. So I think it was YouTube. It was 4 or 5 years ago. On one video, I finally was just super silly and making faces and being loud, and people loved it. And I was I can be myself, and I was accepted for being me. And I think that was life-changing, because I made friends easier, and I'm people, once you're yourself, you can just, it cuts through everything.
Oh.
Yeah. They can just see who you are. So I think for me that was I don't know, just when I realized that who I was and being crazy, if they didn't like me for me, I didn't want them in my life. I wanted only people that saw me and accepted me for me. You have so much more fun when you're yourself.
Oh.